Hey YouTube, we're over at the Alden Street House again over in Garden Homes, and I'm with the crew here over at All in Hall. I really appreciate them. Guys, they take care of you. If you're industrial or if you're residential, these guys are great. They have a huge truck. They come in, they're super professional, they're on time, they give reasonable prices, and they take care of you. This is spring, and we're jumping into summer. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to work. Don't mess with Craigslist. Call these guys. These guys are professional. They know what they're doing. They take care of you, and trust me, you guys will not regret it. These guys are it. I'm going to put a link below so that you guys can see that. And if you have any comments or questions, these guys are great. Again, I'm going to serve you guys with the link. But again, these are my fellows over here at All in All. I've been using these guys for the last couple years. They're great and they have good reviews. So always use them. Definitely. So we're still in week one. We're just ending out week one, and I have the floor laid down, not all the way, but I just need about 4 more pieces of hardy backer for the kitchen floor. Roughly between the bathrooms and the floor, it's going to be about 200 square feet of hardy backer so that we can put the tile on. We're going to do 12 by 24, so the bigger the tile, the quicker we can get it done because there's more coverage. We're actually going to just do the floors all the way through. It's easier that way, so we can set the cabinets on top of that, so we don't have to do any cuts around the cabinets. I got the yard guy here, so he's doing yard work, doing a pretty good job. We're going to have the house prepped probably next week on the outside, and then while we're doing work on the inside. And then what I want to do is have the house painted here within the 3rd to 4th week, because I want the house to be finished looking on the outside with all the mulch, all the plants that are gonna be planted. It doesn't matter that the house gets finished first, and it's not like, oh, ta-da, oh, I want it to wait towards the end. This is the Northwest. You don't know, even in the summertime, it rains in June, the first part of July. So if we get a good week on that 3rd week, I mean, that we're anticipating, we're gonna jump at it. But if we get like good weather, like, you know, week 4, we're gonna jump at it. Like, we're gonna jump at it. When that house is done being prepped, we're gonna jump at that painting. The first thing is the outside. We'll do the inside last. That gives me more time too as well to finish whatever we need to do on the floors, touching up the walls, putting in whatever we need to, and then like the drywall, framing, and all that stuff, and just have the painter come in because it's finished work and doing the finished work. So, but yeah, I'm really excited. They cut the grass, 10,000 square foot lot. So, I mean, there's a lot of properties that have 10,000 square feet where maybe they have a big hill with some ivy on it, or there's a ton of trees. So it's not a property that you could, you know, actually walk. It's not inhabitable. So what I want to do is basically, since it's just straight 10,000 square feet of property, I want to have that cut right away so it's easier to maintain. I have my lawnmower here, so now that it's maintained, I could just kind of go over it and cut it with my lawnmower like once a week. You know, I could cut back on the cost, and then at the end, pay that guy to come back and just kind of spruce it up a little bit more. The mulch is going to last for a little bit, so I want to get everything prepped, everything pressure washed, all the paver stones that are out in front of the house that are really, really nice looking paver stones, but I want to have all that ready to go. And then once we have that ready to go, the house is done on the outside. Yay, it looks really good. And then we can start advertising it too as well. And we'll start scheduling tours towards our anticipated date. And that's cool. That's something that you want to do with a Flipster too as well. Like right now we're in Oregon, so like a lot of Californians are moving up here. Big money. Advertise it. Put it out there saying, hey, coming soon. We're going to be scheduling tours. And that way we'll have buyers before we even get done with the house. And then we're done. We're just taking offers. And we're going to have a broker's party towards the end. So they're going to bring their buyers too as well. So the bigger the dollar amount is, the better it will be for us. So that's just a trick of the trade. But again, I got my guy back here. He's doing his work. So I really appreciate what he's doing. And he's going to appreciate getting paid today. So momentum. Let's keep it going, because let's knock it all off that list. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. That's what it's about. Fix and flip. Fix and flip. putting down the hardy backer on the floor. We got all the framing wood for the walls downstairs for the new bedroom, master bedroom, and the bathroom. I'm going to be putting the frame around the chimney so I can get that lined up, and then the tile down in the floor in the kitchen so that I can prepare for putting the tile down. Now, if you're wondering why am I doing the hardy backer first, getting that out the way, you can put ram board over that. Ram board is really good. It's a cardboard that is thin, but it rolls right over a floor to protect it. And it's thick enough to handle some light screws that are stuck up underneath your boot, as well as some materials that are dropping. They're not going to have a big crew here, so it'll be manageable too as well. The whole key of this program is to get in and out quick. We already talked about that, but I want to get the floors just ready. I'm going to start sanding the wood floors, and then I'll just put some ram board over that, and then I might go over it one more time because you got to do a couple of passes over it, and maybe fill it with some wood glue as well, or some it's like wood putty, actually, not wood glue, but wood putty, and just fill that for any scratches or imperfections. Go over it again with another pass. And it will take like maybe a day for that, and then before long, when the progress is all dialed in, all the drywall is up and everything's framed up, drywall is up, then it's time to start prepping the walls for painting. So generally, painters say if you trust a professional painter, because you got to do the trim and all, do your floors. Painters will know how to protect your floors, and then they'll put the trim on there. Your floors will be done, and then you just have ram board on the floors. And I mean, we're gonna be working on it and then work on our way out, so we won't be scratching the floors anyways. But I just wanted to show a couple pictures of some progress that we got going on here. So again, that's the particle board. As you can see, that's it's hardy backer, so it's concrete board. And I just got through laying down several pieces of that, so that's where I'm at today. For framing purposes, right by the fireplace, you can see the framing wood, and there goes the fireplace right there. I know it's dark in here. And then again, there goes the kitchen. So I'm gonna start framing this up here. Framing this up, and then there's a big hole in the ceiling. So that needs to start having the frames go across that, so I can start putting drywall up there once I frame this out, and then we'll douse this with like a gemstone rock. We have the U-Haul here. We're dumping a bunch of wood. We had to wait to get a dump bin, so I just figured it was just best to keep it moving. We didn't want to sit there and wait around for that, so that was gonna just be hectic. Just didn't want to deal with that. The grass is horrible, so it was like 9 inches tall. So basically, I had to just cut it, and the lawnmower died. And I basically, we'll get back to that later on. But I want that. I'm gonna get a yard service to come out here because I actually want it to be like cut and all the residual grass picked up, make it look really nice, just to see where we're at, to see if we need sod, because there's a little bit of moguls in the grass, and if we need to fill that, and then put grass seed on there too as well. So I want to treat it properly, but I'm not going to do any yard work. I'm actually just going to have a crew. We're going to be blocking with some arborvitaes over this way. So about 30 arborvitaes. Arborvitaes, guys, are like the best remedy. Like if you want to block something out for whatever reason, arborvitaes are the greatest. And like, although both of these houses are really nice on the both of us, there's just a lot going on in that yard right there, and then the privacy too as well. So it's just better to have the arborvitaes blocking. So you want about 30 of them is what we're gonna have, and they're gonna be about 10 feet tall. So it'll be perfect. It'll block, it'll give them plenty of privacy. If they have the jacuzzi on this side and they just wanna have like peace, serenity, sit back in the hot tub and feel good, the arborvitaes are definitely going to block that. That is the nature's way of having a fence here. we are cleaning all this stuff out, and then we're gonna throw it in the U-Haul and then take it over to the dump first thing tomorrow. We're pressure washing it up underneath the awnings. So, um, it you know, it's easy to lay down and say, maybe tomorrow, maybe later, maybe the next day, but money has to be spent. Asses and elbows have to swing, and you have to really do it, and sticking with the schedule is keeping your word, and things are always going to come up. Things are always going to happen. Things are always going to make it to where, it's not going to be easy, but you got to prevail. You got to go say, hey, look, today is not the day that I'm going to give up. Today is the day that I'm going to get it started. Because once we signed on this, man, I signed up for it. Everything that goes negative, I signed up for it. So, I have to, put my mitigations in, make sure that everybody's safe, they're doing everything that they should, but I also have to make sure everybody shows up, they show up on time, the crew is doing good work, there's quality, and we get that everything done so that when we hit that date of punch out list before we sell it, we have to make sure that we're right there. And so basically, that's the ship captain. That's when you have to be a captain of the ship, and it's not easy. Yelling at people is not going to work, so you got to get respect, but then at the same time, don't get disrespected. Shy away from, working with a lot of friends unless your friends are really close and tight. I would be more comfortable with paying people, because then you own that time. They have an obligation to you. If you just get a lot of free labor, that's cool. If you got it like that, more power to you. I give dabs to you. But like, seriously, like, if you don't have it like that, and a lot of people don't, pay for it, because I don't like being in debt with people. So I appreciate everything that everybody does for me, but it's just better to pay. One, they're earning it. Two, you know what? They can't throw it in your face. And three, people start to shy away when they know they're doing too much. And then at the end of the day, this is my profit, right? So it's not their problem. So if they're not getting anything out of it, people will turn. It's just human nature. So you want to make sure that you're paying for it. And that was in the budget too. It was part of signing up for it. So I'm really excited to see where this goes, but I got to stick with this schedule because it takes only a second to get behind. So there's a lot more ahead of this. So can't wait, really can't wait. And man, let's check out the rest of the stuff. Well, YouTube, we're back again. That was just kind of the breakdown of this whole house here. It's again, this is week 2. Next week we'll be going into week 3. So we have right now the painters are scheduled. We have 2 painting companies actually, and the one that we like, I'll put their information on a link below so you guys can see that, just to give them a shout out. What we're doing is creating a relationship with that company to see if we use them again and try to get a fantastic deal from them constantly. It's all about giving good work. There's so much work out here that we all can share. So, and if we have a family, that's what it's all about. So the ones that are out there in the YouTube land that are looking to have a fix and flip as a career, And you really have to dedicate to this. I mean, you really do. There's a lot of money in real estate, but you have to do it right. Cut out your retail and just make sure that you cut deals with people. Not rip them off, but cut a deal with them. Not bring in partners, but cut a deal with them. Meaning, you buy all the supplies, you pay them a fair piecemeal rate or an hourly rate, and they come in and they take care of you without marking everything up. So we have 2 painters that are scheduled to come out here. The one that we are going to use, we're going to be having them start on Monday of next week. I have another crew. One guy is a tile specialist, and he also does flooring, drywall, and he does like decks. So he'll be starting here next week. And then the other guy is a general labor. He kind of does the same things too as well. So I'll have one of those guys and his crew member. They'll be outside doing work. The other guy will be inside, and I'll be on the top floor doing like sanding the floors. So you want to keep things going, because I could tell you as a general contractor, I've done just kitchen remodels where they've lasted a month and a half, 2 months. When you're doing a fix and flip, you have to remember, from the outside to each room, you can drag on a project for a month and a half just in that one room. So you really need to have not just contractor speed, but you need to have fix and flip speed. And it's all about creating a relationship, and you're growing a team, you're getting to know each other, but that's what it's about. So all that recap that I showed you, we are hitting progress now. I definitely want to show you what's going on next week. Stay tuned, and don't forget to comment and like and subscribe, ring that bell, notifications. See you next time, guys.